At the end of December, 12 Penn graduate students boarded planes across North America to follow our fearless leader, Dr. Famita Handy, across the world to Mangalore, India. We came from different fields of study, including public policy, social work, nonprofit leadership, organizational dynamics, and liberal arts. But each of us had an interest in learning firsthand about microfinance and women's empowerment in India.
Plain weary but excited, we made our way 2 hours outside of Mangalore to NITE University to attend a conference on global development challenges. During plenary sessions and presentations, we learned about India's effort to achieve the Millennium Development Goals, women's leadership in Uganda, trends in higher education in India, economic development in Japan, and more. The MBA students enrolled at NITE welcomed us with open arms. They organized New Year's Eve activities, invited us to play basketball with them, arranged special dinners, visited our guest house to talk about life on campus, and put on special cultural shows featuring traditional Indian dances and costumes.
We also dove headfirst into the local cuisine. One morning we tasted traditional masala dosas, another we sampled idlis, and we even got into the habit of starting the day off with Naturals, the local brand of delicious and entirely addictive Indian ice cream. Yum! It was so good that monkeys even came to join us for breakfast one morning.
To celebrate the coming New Year, we took a day off to explore local historic sites, including the St. Lawrence Shrine, a large Catholic church, a large Jain monument situated at the top of a mountain, the Thousand Pillar Temples, and a large Hindu temple.
We were fortunate to get a private tour of the Infosys campus in Mudipur. Infosys was the first Indian company to be included on the NASDAQ stock exchange and is one of the country's biggest success stories. The pristine campus, with well-maintained roads and modern buildings, provided a stark contrast to the poorly maintained and poverty-stricken roads and buildings we'd seen around Mangalore. The visit also showed us the side of India that's growing faster than almost every other country in the world.
Over the next several days, we visited with over a dozen rural self-help groups, finally getting to see the real India. Having read Dr. Handy's article on jasmine growers in Karnataka, we were excited to start with 2 groups who had used bank loans to purchase jasmine plants and who averaged profits of 150,000 rupees per year. We even witnessed a jasmine agent collecting the flower chains and tallying up payments based entirely on trust. Self-help groups graciously welcomed us, often with flowers, fruit, ceremonies, and even songs. During our visits, we learned about how the groups functioned, how frequently they met, usually once a week, and how much money they saved, often about 10 to 20 rupees each per week. Many of the women used the microloans to pursue income-generating activities, such as drying and selling fish, rolling local cigarettes called beedies, or making pickles. We also met groups who were manufacturing fennel oil, running farms, or who had opened fancy stores. A number of the groups we visited worked together to pursue tailoring.
Some of these groups were far off the beaten path, and it became clear to us that living in rural India means families have little access to many of the conveniences we take for granted. To get to one of the farms we visited, we walked half a mile down a narrow dirt path. And once we got there, we saw piles of betel nuts and learned how to open lots of coconuts. Throughout the trip, we felt like celebrities. People wanted to snap our photos, and our trip was widely covered by the local Mangalore media. Many of our self-help group visits were organized by SCDCC Bank, which is the primary lender in the region, and which boasts a 100% repayment rate amongst its clients. The bank is also leading efforts to bring banking to the formerly unbanked via a mobile bank on wheels.
On January 3rd, the bank arranged a special ceremony, and when we arrived, we discovered we were the guests of honor. 3,000 women attended the event, all dressed in identical saris provided by the bank. Dr. Handy offered some remarks.
Thank you for the lifetime opportunity to witness this significant and important event in the lives of women that have joined the self-help group movement.
ಇಷ್ಟು ಜನ ಇಷ್ಟು ಸಹಸ್ರ ಸಂಖ್ಯೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವೆಲ್ಲ ಸೇರಿದ್ದೀರಿ, ಅಷ್ಟು ದೂರದಿಂದ ಬಂದಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ನಿಮ್ಮನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಸಮವಸ್ತ್ರದಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ರೀತಿ ನಡೆಯೋರಿಗೆ ಬಹಳನೇ ಒಂದು ಅವರ ಜೀವನದಲ್ಲೇ ಪ್ರಥಮವಾಗಿ ಅವರಿಗಾದಂತಹ ಒಂದು ಘಟನೆ ಅಂತ ಅನಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆ.
Dr. Handy sent a powerful message by wearing one of the bank's saris, which are a symbol of unity and solidarity.
That's what he was mentioning.
What else did you say in the speech?
Regarding your sari. Madam was so thrilled. She is from America, and she is such a learned person. But just by looking at you people, she felt like wearing the sari and being part of the group.
That's true.
We also met with a nonprofit organization called SKDRDP. This organization is involved in numerous community activities, including self-help groups and microlending, counseling, employment assistance, and more. SKDRDP also manages a large Hindu temple, which provides free meals to thousands of people every single day. We toured this large operation and even got to sample the food.
Visiting temples and historic sites, to feeding baby elephants, to meeting hundreds of women and learning about how microfinance has changed their lives, their communities, and their families, this program introduced us to a diverse and fascinating side of an incredible country.
Along the way, we also learned about ourselves, made friends, and had a lot of fun. This was a life-changing experience we'll treasure for years to come, and as we continue to watch India grow and develop, we'll now have a better understanding of the people, and especially the women, leading these changes.